Coming up today on This Is True Really News.
Stuff and such.
Somebody with a disabling condition. Oh, and we get to use the Wayback machine. Please, we're trying to grow an audience, so like and subscribe, follow, leave comments wherever you see us because it helps the algorithm. And if you need to send us something longer, some sort of missive, some sort of missive correcting us for something we shouldn't have said, like something.
Because our misses already do that.
Yeah. Just send it to TiTR at netradio.network.
Actually, they've started now correcting things we haven't said yet.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
So, whoever is writing this for WFMZ really should not. Police in Chilton Township, Pennsylvania are going bananas.
Bananas, she says.
Trying to figure out who was throwing frozen bananas from a truck last summer. According to Sergeant Peter Whitman, we had 5 vehicles traveling eastbound on the Hex Highway. People traveling westbound were throwing frozen bananas, which stuck to the windshields and other car parts.
I was afraid they might crack a windshield. But
why you do this in July? If you did this in February, you'd be killing people. One driver had her window down and
she got hit.
Well, by flying banana debris, yes.
Oh, I took some banana shrapnel out on the freeway today.
What's the Purple Heart for, Grandma? Get out of my house. According to Sergeant Whitman, it's extremely dangerous. You think?
Mm-hmm.
They could injure, or worse, you could cause a vehicle to crash by doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So stop it. No more monkeying around.
I'll write you a strongly worded letter.
Yes, you will.
From the Daily Record, Camilla Grabska, 36, said she was left with a disabling condition after an accident in February of 2017. She sued RSA Insurance, saying she couldn't work for over 5 years, play with her kids, or do basic chores because of constant back and neck pain. A married mom of 2 from Ennis, County Clare, shared with doctors how intense her injuries were post-accident. She revealed she couldn't carry a heavy bag without feeling severe pain. Yeah, what?
Are there any other counties other than Clare in Ireland?
No, that's the only one. It's the country is entirely ensconced.
County Clare.
County Clare.
Thank you.
Following the incident, she quit her job and started accepting disability payments, stating in court documents her past and future loss of earnings added up to 427,340 pounds.
I'm glad she rounded up.
Yeah, over. Grabska even confessed there were moments when her husband had to bring medicine to her in bed. She was in too much discomfort to leave it for half the day. But
Bowling League was out.
Irish High Court saw a photo.
A picture, you say?
Of her.
Yeah.
Throwing.
Yeah.
A Christmas tree at a charity event on January 8th of 2018. Lost it. This throwing the Christmas tree must be the female Irish version of a caber toss.
I'm guessing.
You know, Grabska said she was still in pain despite looking happy in the photos. Judge Carmel Stewart
was not looking happy in the photos.
When she stopped laughing, dismissed the case, saying it is a very large natural Christmas tree. It's being thrown by her in a very agile movement. She added, "I'm afraid I could not but conclude the claims were entirely exaggerated. On that basis, I propose to dismiss the claim." The judge also took into consideration video from last November played in the court showing Grabska play wrestling with a Dalmatian dog for about 1.5 hours.
But she was in pain the whole time.
Oh, well, that's what she's saying, you know.
She have to pay all that money back?
Oh, I would think there was something
arranged. File this one from the Best Laid Plans Department. 50-year-old Alan Stevens of Hull, England, See, I would have thought Hull would have been Canadian. Bobby, Brett,
Herman.
Herman Hull.
Stanislav? Becky?
50-year-old Alan Stevens of Hull, England, booked a surprise 17-day trip for he and his wife for her birthday.
Ooh, I've done that.
They were going to the Dominican Republic.
That sounds wonderful.
When they arrived, it was clear the resort's 5-star rating must have been a mistake. Hull Live reported that while at the resort, Stevens and his wife observed a variety of alarming behaviors. When we went out to the pool for the first time, we saw guests smoking weed in the pool and people having sex in the pool. One woman was sick, all over herself in the pool. We were approached by people offering drugs about 10 times a day in the 17 days we were there.
That's 170.
Keep going. Woman fell from a balcony while we were there. We walked past, saw her body hidden under a sheet. We had no idea what was going on. When we were out one day, I saw a man knocked clean off his motorbike. I just burst out crying because on top of everything else that had happened, that was a shock. There's British understatement.
Yeah.
The travel company Stevens worked with offered £200 in vouchers and counseling credits, which Stevens called a joke.
Yeah.
This was 100% the worst holiday we've ever been on. I'm guessing negotiations on a settlement continue.
Yeah.
How could you not want to go to a place where, people are smoking dope and banging and puking in the pool? I mean, that's just...
Well, they probably got there during,
let's be honest, for a frat house, that's Thursday.
I was going to say it's a fraternity thing.
For a vacation thing, for a 50-year-old and his wife, not as much fun anymore.
Let's climb in the TiTR Wayback Machine via historyfacts.com.
Let's.
Thousands of years before mechanical timepieces existed, as far back as the 16th century BC, water clocks were among the most accurate ways to tell time. These early clocks controlled the flow of water from one container to another in order to measure the passage of time with remarkable precision. And unlike sundials, they could be used at night. Civilizations all over the world used water clocks, but the ancient Greeks in particular were known for improving the mechanism with a timepiece they called the clepsydra.
Of course.
In the 4th century BC, the philosopher Plato built a set of clepsydra alarm clocks. I'm not sure if this is a step forward at all. Meant to rouse the students at his school. The clocks had 2 basins, one emptying into the other, and would run throughout the night. When the second basin filled with water in the morning, it would trigger a sound. One of the clocks had a container that made a whistling sound when air was forced out of it. Another had pebbles rigged over the second tank that would fall and rattle when it was full. The philosopher Methuselah was credited with inventing the snooze feature by smashing the clocks against the wall.
Really, I would have it done by somebody named Monday. Or his pal Morning. It's morning already. Maryland's Kimberly Winter, Kimmy Cola, has eructed her way into the Guinness Book of World Records. Yes, eructed her way. UPI reported last summer, Winter broke the previous record for the loudest belch among women with 107.3 decibel growler.
Oh, I wish Anne was still drinking soda because she was the best burper I've ever known.
That, by the way, if you're wondering, louder than a blender, an electric handheld drill, and many motorcycles.
How about that fish?
Sheep. That might be an interesting contest. She prepared for her event with breakfast, coffee, and beer.
Ooh, yes.
Said to achieve the big belch, she simply takes a deep breath and tries to, quote, manipulate that into something monstrous and magical.
Out comes Gorgon. Whoops,
And
not that monstrous.
Too much. She admitted she loves to shock strangers with her burps. I am loud and proud, she said. I'd probably leave that off the resume or CV for some of you.
And out burp anyone.
Do you have any special talents? Well, do you have a cola?
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.